What's up, everybody? I am Sniggenhoff, and we've got all the force of a great typhoon. We're playing the Manchurian Hordes today, and in the last episode, we fought a war against Korea, which we won. We may have encountered a bug when it came to getting the peace deal, and yeah, that's basically it. We're gonna pull everybody back home, wait for Ming to get done making Korchin into their tributary, and then we're going to go about eating Korchin, most likely. I was also going to most likely disband my banners. We get extra trade efficiency, that's great. Another thing I wanted to do, let me look at devastation again. It's in economic. I need to bind this to a button. So, there's two provinces around, well, one province around our fort here that is devastated, but we just picked up a fort from Korea here, so I think we can get rid of this fort. We don't really need it anymore. And we can use this fort to make those tick down. It may not be the worst thing in the world to build a fort up here in a province that borders a bunch of other provinces, like in Aigwin, to make the devastation tick down up here, but that costs money, and I don't have an abundance of that right now. As a matter of fact, I still have a loan that I need to repay, and I'm running a deficit, so we're gonna have to wait for that. It might get a little bit better when we disband our banners. I'm gonna unhire that guy and go from there. I think I kind of wish there was a detach banners button as well as the detach mercenaries button, but I mean, they are easily spotted, at least over here. Is that everybody? Like, I really like having the banners, but because they're free, like they do cost corruption, and I understand that, but because I can just push a button and get 5 of them in places, I think it's better. If I'm going to be disbanding troops, it's better to disband them than it is to disband other troops. If that makes sense. Let's lower that all the way down. Hey, we're making the slightest bit of money now. So let's let the game run for a little bit. I don't need this spy network against Korea anymore. You can come back home. Start building it up against Korchin. And I have another diplomat free. Oh, they ate more of Korchin. No, I want that land. Let's go ahead and have him improve with outraged countries. Those are countries who would join a coalition if given the chance. Is it just Korea? Looks like it, but that's fine. So, what else do we need to do right now? I mean, kind of, we're just chilling. We could go to war with Korchin and eat them. But probably our next war is going to be against Yaren. That's 10 years from now. But, like, I mean, we don't have an onus to go to war right now. Our horde unity's high. We don't need to bump it back up. We've got full power projection. I mean, we're doing fine. I don't know if we can take out another rival right now. We cannot. We should be ticking up Splendor much faster now. Yeah, we have +2 Splendor a month now from fulfilled objectives. Are there any other objectives we could get? We'll look at that in a second. Crisis in Manchu. A local crisis is underway in an area under our control. A number of minor problems have come together to cause calamity, famine, and destruction of property. The population of the area are not followers of the Tengri ways and have implored us to handle the catastrophe according to the new traditions of our state. Our court shamans have, however, quickly taken the position that they must be allowed to remedy the situation. There seems to be no solution that will placate both groups. So we can either send the shamans to restore peace. We get local unrest +4 for 10 years in Ninguda and lowered national tax modifier, or we can lose horde unity for 10 years. I mean, losing yearly horde unity for the next 10 years is going to cause us to need to go to war faster. And we have a good target. So I think I'm just going to empower the local clergy. Ming is just out here trying to tributary everybody. I'm kind of glad that I just said, hey, let me be your tributary off the bat. Because, I mean, the way that they are acting is they would have declared war on us to make us their tributary at some point. So it seems like a good thing. What else? Oh, there was another thing I was thinking about doing. You want 5 diplomatic points. You may have them. Raise toast has expired, so I can push this button to get more free cavalry if I wanted to. I'm going to hold off for now. I don't need them. And I'm barely making money as it is. Our unlimited desire is kind of high. But for our religion. So because we have Confucian as a syncretic religion, all of the Confucian territories don't count against our religious unity. And Confucian is nice, don't get me wrong. Stability cost modifier is fine, but the admin tech cost is great. But, I mean, if we were to go to no syncretic faith, the regiment costs minus 20% might be really good. But then we'd have to convert all of these provinces. And like, someday if we continue to conquer Chinese lands, I mean, all of this is Confucian. So probably not the best idea. I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. There was one other thing I was thinking about. Who wants condottieri? Oirat? Yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't want to lose all my troops to the Chinese. We were looking at this. Maybe getting 5 centers of trade might be doable. Also, a large city, especially if we want to try to develop the Renaissance right now. We could use our monarch points. We are behind time in both admin, or on time, kind of, in both admin and Diplo points. We could use our military points, and we could still use these so that we pay less for these technologies in the future. And we could, say, develop our capital here to try to get the Renaissance. That may be worth it, because that would, if we could get a city up to 30 development, that'll get us more splendor. And then if we could embrace the Renaissance, that would get us more splendor. So we could take these blessings, of which, like, this would be good for any time we go to war. War taxes cost minus 100% would probably be really good. War taxes are... Let's go ahead and unpause. It's not in this screen, it's in this screen. Raise war taxes. So it costs 50 admin, I believe, and you get negative 20 land maintenance modifier, negative 20 naval maintenance modifier, and plus 5% available mercenaries. So it'd be like having this Tengri, this bonus right here, for free. We could just, every time we're at war, just push this button without having to pay the admin price for it, which could be really, really good. We also could make a state, and I probably will want to... How many state slots do I have? I have 3 more state slots, and I have 2 territories. Both of them are in Korea, which will likely be at least somewhat high development. This isn't right now, but it's because I only have... I did raise the provinces. It's weird because, like, now that I have... Like, they changed it recently. They changed it in this patch to make it harder, essentially, to have a bunch of state slots. And we get less than everyone else because we're a Khanate. So we only have 10 state slots at the start of the game. We've almost filled that all up. Once we fill that up, everything else we conquer will have to be a territory with much higher development. Don't really need any of those guys. I'm making literally no money right now. Don't have much in the way of this I need to do. So yeah, kind of I'm thinking about developing for the Renaissance. I could try to protect trade here in Girin instead of pirating in Nippon. Try to keep this 1.48 ducats here. We do also have ship slots. Let me see. Okay, right now we're making 0.88 while pirating in Nippon. If we were to switch that to protecting trade in Girin, let me see what that looks like. And we have Korean separatists getting ready to fire. They are at 80% and ticking up rather swiftly. So I probably need to raise my maintenance now. Losing 211. Let me see if the monthly tick changes how much money we're making. 209. So we are making a slight bit more money protecting trade as opposed to pirating. So we'll go ahead and do that. I don't need them there. This is mountains, this is hills, this is grasslands, this is hills. Let's put our army there. If the rebels fire here, they're on a fort, so I can become the defender. If they fire here, we'll already be there, so we'll be the defender, and everywhere else doesn't really matter. We can either lose 25 admin and have a higher stability cost modifier, or lose 25 military power and lose army tradition. As the learned ideals of Confucian philosophy gain more and more ground among the Manchurian nobility, Kungsan has been beset by fears that our old ways are being forgotten. Many high-ranking Manchurian dignitaries have taken to using foreign titles and names rather than the Manchu name titles of our ancestors. Our Khan worries that in a generation, none will remember the old ways of the bow and horse, and our nation will be one of weak scribes and poets. I'm going to take the stability cost modifier. Well, actually... Okay, how much army tradition do I have right now? Oh, this is a weird interface. They changed it, and I don't know where everything's at anymore. That's Navy tradition, morale of armies, discipline, fort defense. Where's army tradition? Right here. 22.7, which gives us an extra 5.6% morale of armies. It is ticking down at 0.87 a year. This will make it tick down a lot faster. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I mean, the admin points are probably more valuable right now, but the military tradition is pretty valuable as well. Okay, that diplomat is idle because we have no one who is outraged with us. So you can come back. I do not want a royal marriage with you, Porchin. Oirat and Ashikaga. I could get an alliance with Japan, which may not be the worst thing in the world. But I'll wait on that. I'll go ahead and improve with them, though. Japan is brand new as well. Used to be there would be at the start of the game, there would be a nation called Japan. And then they would own a bunch of daimyos, because that's the time period we're in here. But now there is a daimyo. The head daimyo is the one who owns Kyoto, and then everyone else is a subject of them. And then you can declare, their subjects can declare war to take Kyoto and become the Emperor of Japan. To love and be loved. A royal marriage is rarely a matter of love. Rather, it is a diplomatic opportunity which is not to be wasted. It is also of great importance that the future consort is of suitable status, and it is advantageous if he or she is a foreigner, so as not to disturb the balance of internal politics. However, even a Khan can become love-struck. Then all such matters seem to melt away, from his point of view at least. A local from the Darren province has caught Kungsan's eye. He appears to be happier than ever, entirely and endlessly enamored. While our nobles and advisors are less than pleased, the union between Kungsan and his beloved has strong support among the commoners of the realm. So we can let the Khan have his heart's desire. Get a 525 as our queen. That's not bad. Darren gets local unrest, -3, plus production efficiency. Girin, which is our capital, loses 10% taxes and 10% manpower for 10 years? 10 years. But Darren does get this bonus for the rest of the game. So that is That is a thing. How much taxes is Giran giving us right now? That's the question. 0.24 a month. Losing 10% of that would bring it down to what? 0.22 a month? 0.21 maybe? And the manpower they give us is 900. So bring it down to like 810. Yeah, we'll go with this. We are... Oh, I know why I'm losing money, because I've got my military funded. I need these Korean separatists to fire, just so I can turn my military back down. There we go. Thank you for cooperating. This is grasslands, so we should have no problem stomping these guys out. They have a 201 general. We don't have our huge morale because I fired the other guy, but we still have a pretty large morale. Rolling a 0 to a 10 is unfortunate, but it is the fire phase, so no one's really doing a lot of fire damage. Shock phase is more important. They did roll a 9, but we rolled a 7. And we're getting a bonus during the shock phase because we're a horde. Done and done. And back down to where I'm actually making money. And you go back home. We actually did that without taking out another loan. I'm so proud of us. 215. We need 800 to take one of these. Yes, you may have that. The other thing I was going to look at, is there any centers of trade around us? We own Giran, which is a center of trade. This is a center of trade. Beijing is a center of trade. It doesn't look like there's a lot around us. Way over here is a center of trade. Down over here. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get... this one. So the only ones we can really go for are Large City and Embrace the Renaissance, I think. More cores finishing. And this one should finish soon. That will allow us to make the states. Horde Unity's down to 91. And we've got Korchin Separatists firing here, which is really good for us. We want those. Well, Ming still's got plenty of army. Although, like, Ming's having some rebel issues. Maybe we'll see Ming explosions still happen. Who knows? Oh yeah, I was going to make a state. And I should have more than enough to core everything. Yes, I do. And the Jinjiao tribes are unhappy. Where are you unhappy at? Yukjin and Gyeongsong. Rebels. Where are these? Here. Oh, okay. It's one of the provinces I took. It's just they're it's not Korean separatists that's firing them, it's the tribes. Which is weird because the tribes don't own these territories, or at least as far as I know they don't. So, here's my question. Do I want to try to develop the Renaissance? I'm still way ahead of time on military tech with a ton of military points. Can I refocus this? Not yet. 1464? A ways away. With a ton of military points. What I could do is go into here and enact the local development cost -10 edict to try to have enough points to at least get close to the Renaissance. I can't remember. I think you need 2,000 points to spurn a Renaissance on. We aren't suffering that big of a tech penalty yet, but it is, I mean, it will continue to tick up. And developing here will give us, like, I mean, it'll give us tangible benefits as well. I think I'm going to go for it. Why not? So local development -10. We're going to do as much military as we can first. And then kind of trade in between Diplo and military for a little while. Because I'd kind of like to save my admin somewhat. We're almost to 30 development here, which would give us a large city. And then we're getting a lot closer there to having the Renaissance developed into that province. And now this province is giving me, I mean, it is a bit unfortunate that I took the -10 tax income thing before doing that, but it will give us a lot more in terms of taxes and manpower because of all that. And these guys want a little bit more land. I'm just going to give them one of these 111s out over here on the frontier. And with all that having been said, we're going to call it an episode there. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been wonderful. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like it, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Tell me about Japan. Tell me how much dishonor Nanbu has up here for only having one province, as opposed to Usugi, who has many provinces. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.